Hello, guys. Welcome to the Ears and Tail Podcast, a small little podcast where we sit down, chat with people and friends who are in the content sphere, or do things that aid people who make content. Tonight, we're joined by a good friend of mine and one of my roommates, Luka the Otter. You mind saying
Howdy.
hello and giving a short, brief introduction of who you are and what you do?
I'm Luka. I'm an artist and a YouTuber, and I've also been a friend of Lily's for over a decade.
Has it been that
And
long? Holy crap.
yeah, it's been well over a
Holy
decade
crap.
now at this point.
Holy crap. Where does time go?
In the past.
But yeah,
That's where it goes.
Damn it, let me. Hi.
I mean, I'm always accurate.
Not wrong, but also, goddamn it. So, what pushed you? What gave you that initial momentum to start making content? Because I know you do videos and stuff on YouTube.
um, so for YouTube stuff, I kind of wanted to just like, I don't know, I wanted to like put more of myself out there, start building an actual community, because like I've been posting art for years, but I was just kind of like a silent sort of just artist. I'm really bad at communicating with people and using social media properly. So, but I found I could make videos and just try and be more of myself and put that out there, and that was kind of that initial push, and I found I enjoyed doing it, so I kept doing it.
I understand that because social media management is probably the part I struggle with the most out
Yeah.
of streaming and content creating. So, if you were to like give your content a label, like what type of brand of content you do, what would you say it is? You do like one particular type of game? Do you do just primarily art, or are you variety?
Um, so it's kind of a variety. I like to do so time lapses of my art. I put those up as shorts, and then for the long form videos, it's mostly games from my childhood or whatever is like interesting me. So it's not like I stick to any particular game, but I do try to play through series. Um, but yeah, it's a variety of different gaming stuff
Makes sense.
plus
Makes
the
sense.
art shorts.
What do you feel like does better for you? You feel the art does better and brings more people to you, or do you feel the gaming does?
Um, well, it's kind of hard because shorts always get a disproportionately larger number of views, but I would I'd say the people that kind of stick around on my YouTube channel at least are more there for the gaming. But there's people that are interested in both, and I have a few people that are pretty dedicated followers who follow me everywhere, and they like both content. So, but I mean, given the sheer amount of gaming I've posted, I probably would lean to say that that's done more to sort of build a general audience. But
Makes
then again,
sense.
I've also been posting art for a decade, so I
Yeah.
also have people who have followed me for a while.
I say you've been doing art at least as long as I known you, so been a while.
Yeah.
Um, so I know you weren't always an otter. What's
Yeah.
why did you choose to be an otter, and why do you feel like it fits you so much more? Like, give us a little bit backstory and like design of the character.
Um, man, I could go very deep on this and go on for a while, but I'm trying to
Give us
I'll
the brief
try and
synopsis.
reel it in. Yeah. So I guess so originally my first persona was a tiger, Machete Tigre. That's still like my username on like for Affinity and stuff. But that sort of came from like a more immature part of like when I was younger and wanted to like project this idea of like I was tough and strong or whatever. And as I got, older and started grappling with, reality of who I was and stuff like that, I kind of just honestly, Luka just kind of came to me at a certain point, like in my mind. Like I had I had always liked otters to a certain extent. I mean, it never occurred to me that I was that drawn to them initially, but the more of like art and stuff I'd seen, and it felt like I vibed more with otters than with felines or any other species. So I just at a certain point kind of realized there was this kind of part of me that I had kind of suppressed that was fine with being small and not like intimidating and just more being sort of like, I don't know, it's a struggle within me because a part of me really likes to put myself out there and express myself and all of that. And I feel like my old persona kind of was much more like conservative and restrictive of who I was, whereas like I didn't let those restrictions hold me back anymore, and embraced that. And like that's kind of where Luka came from.
Alright, makes
So,
sense.
and like
And
as far as I've always loved water, so water makes a lot of
Yeah.
yeah.
And I also understand that because I
Yeah,
did also
it felt more
kinda go
like
through.
you.
Yeah, I did also kind of go through that
Yeah.
myself, going from an otter to
Yeah.
small bunny now. With the fact that now you are a smaller, more like tends to be seen as cute model, you think that actually helps content?
Probably. I don't really like I'm not chasing or trying to specifically be cute. I think that just kind of is a consequence of
Yeah.
being an otter and small and some details. I'm not opposed to being perceived as cute though or anything like that. It's just yeah, I do think it helps with content, but like whoever I was, it wasn't gonna change how I would present myself online. It's like this is just how I want to, be. And for better or
Uh,
worse, that's just I'm not gonna like pretend to be something else.
oh,
Ironically, being a furry and like whatever. But yeah,
that makes sense. That does make sense. I do know I've had a few
yeah.
people on my own streams and stuff come in, and the first thing they notice, like, "Oh, you're cute," and it's like, "That's not the goal, but thank you." I think.
I mean, honestly, I when I modified this model to be more like me, I think maybe I made it a little less cute technically by like the objective whatever definitions of what makes something cute, but I don't
I
know. I
mean,
just
I
felt
I
more
still
like
think
me.
it's a cute model, even with the modification.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah.
is there anything you'd like to ask them? Anything you'd like to know?
Do you do streaming on YouTube at all, or are you very much just in the video creating on YouTube?
Uh, I mostly stick to videos. I get stressed out by streaming. I did try to stream like Rust for a little while, but it's not once people actually started showing up to watch, I was overwhelmed. So I kind of decided maybe I'll stick to what I doesn't stress me out and what I enjoy before I end up driving myself away from making content in general.
That
So I
that
may
makes sense.
I stick to videos. Yeah.
That makes sense. So I'm assuming
That is totally
there
fair.
won't be any Luka streams on Twitch or anything.
I mean, like I'm always trying to, fight my stress and broaden my horizons. So I'm not like gonna outright say I wouldn't stream again, but it's unlikely that I would start on Twitch really because the Twitch is all streaming, at
Yeah.
least on if I'm just streaming on YouTube. It's still on my home platform, so it's not like I'm making a commitment to people that I'm going to keep streaming if I started on Twitch. So
Makes sense. So just for
yeah,
you, YouTube works out better.
yeah, it makes more sense for me. I know there's less features, but that's fine. I don't see myself becoming like primarily a streamer ever.
Yeah.
I just don't want to completely outright rule out streaming. But
Yeah,
yeah.
if your primary focus is like edited down videos and standalone video content. You don't really need all the extra features you get on Twitch. You're not aiming to stream.
Yeah. Though I do need to get back into editing stuff more, but yeah. I tend to post just unedited stuff, but we'll see.
I've got a pile of videos I need to clip and make shorts and stuff out of, so dude.
So you say you're mostly uploading or unedited footage, but how long does that take you roughly? Because like I've seen a few videos in my YouTube recommended from you, but I always kind of wondered how long does one video, one episode takes you?
Take to like record and upload, or because
Yeah.
like I mean it's these days I try to record longer videos because I think that's a little bit, they've seemed to do a little bit better than some of the shorter ones after my hiatus. So the average one's probably about a 2-hour recording, and then I go and make a thumbnail, which probably takes another half hour, and then I get that uploaded. It doesn't take super long because usually I schedule it ahead to get things uploaded. So I'll schedule it later in the week and then set it to upload. And most of the time is spent actually recording as opposed to messing around with settings and stuff.
I mean,
So
that's what we
yeah.
try to do. I think most of the time is we try to go and like record, edit down, and then make sure we have it up a day or two before, just so we know everything right. I know because we're roommates and everything. You've been doing a lot more VR stuff. Is VR content something you would consider making? Like
I've
shorts
made
or
yeah. I'm not sure where I'm going to go with VR content yet, but I do think I want to do more VR stuff. I have a couple of like games that I want to play, like Project Wingman and Into the Radius, and obviously I want to keep doing more VR chat stuff. But yeah, like I don't know if I've considered making shorts, but I haven't committed to any sort of ideas about that. But yeah, I don't know, like now that I have like the model fully functional for the most part, I'm probably going to be using it more for content, yeah.
makes sense.
But yeah.
I just know you've been spending
Have
a
it,
lot
might
of
as well
time.
use it.
Yeah, I was gonna say I just know you've been spending a lot more time doing VR stuff, and I'm like, is this content you want to make at some point?
Yeah. Not my only, not the, I don't want to completely shift my focus over to it, but
Well,
it's one of the categories of things I want to do.
I didn't think so. Like, I know for me, I'm trying to move towards more VR content and stuff, but I don't want to be nothing but VR. That just, it feels taxing. Like, in general, it just feels more taxing than making standard content.
Yeah.
Um,
But at the same time, I also like to actually make use of this model, so. And
well,
I think
mean,
it's
I'm at
probably more engaging because I'm just a PNG tuber, so this is a lot more tracking and more immersive for my audience, presumably, than just my PNG tuber talking when I talk. So
as someone who has 27 models uploaded, I feel you. The problem is,
I think you have a problem.
shush. I'm not the worst. What did Dexter say when we had him on here? He had 50 something.
56 or something.
So I'm not the worst. And a lot of my uploads are duplicates because I've got version 1 and version 2 uploaded. I need to start culling some of my older avatars. So we're kind of winding down. We're kind of getting towards the end of everything. Is there any advice you would give to someone who's trying to get into doing like standalone content? Any words of encouragement you would give?
I mean, I don't know if I'm the best to give advice because I haven't exactly seen a tremendous amount of success with content yet, but I think the big thing is make sure that you're still, doing it for the right reasons, and don't hyper fixate on metrics and numbers. It's good to keep track of to see how you're doing and see if you're making some sort of critical error, but honestly, do it for yourself first. And the happier you are making content, the more people are going to enjoy who are watching your content. So don't
People do
push
notice.
yourself and yeah. Because like I think I can even see with some of my older series when I was getting stressed out, like balancing a couple different series, doing daily uploads last year. That was too much. I needed to dial it back because I wasn't. So I was like forgetting things between episodes and stuff and wasting time, and I think viewership went down. So it's just enjoy yourself and take it at a pace that works for you. That's
As
what I
someone,
would recommend.
as someone who's primarily streaming, I can say the same advice goes for streaming, especially the metrics bit. Do not let metrics eat life, especially if you're starting out. They will ruin you. Hey,
Yeah.
where can our viewers find you? Like, what are your links? You on
I'm
social media, stuff like that?
Yeah. So on YouTube, I'm Luka the Yacht. Same for Blue Sky. My fur affinity is Machete Tigre. So is my Reddit. And that's kind of the main sites that I use: the Blue Sky, YouTube, fur affinity, and Reddit.
Hmm.
Obviously for like content for like the videos, that's YouTube, and then I have shorts there too. I am also Luka the Yacht on TikTok, but I don't really keep up with. I don't keep an eye on that much.
With
I just use TikTok to edit my YouTube shorts.
with everything that's going on TikTok right now, might not be a bad idea not to focus on TikTok too much, at least in the States. I don't know how it is in the
Yeah,
rest of the world, but I know over here in the States it's interesting right now.
Oh.
I mean, it's not banned over here anymore, but it's
for
kind
now,
of
but who knows?
it's kind of not become great. I don't want to get into politics on this,
Like,
but it's not become great,
yeah.
No
at least from what I've
politics
heard.
here.
I don't having a TikTok. It's probably the platform I neglect the most, honestly. I think I have like 4
I keep an
shorts
eye on
posted
it,
up
but
there.
while I have the most followers there of anywhere, I don't get as much engagement as I do on other platforms. I probably get the most engagement on Blue Sky of anywhere. So, and also for
That's,
Affinity, that kind of wanes sometimes though. So,
I mean, I imagine you're
but yeah,
getting different types of engagement between Guy and Fur Affinity.
yeah. Like the Fur Affinity audience is much older, and so it's hard for me to know who's still actively following or not, because
Yeah.
sometimes I do get some comments, but a lot of times it's dead. Whereas Blue Sky, if I post stuff, there's always a little bit of engagement. So yeah.
Before we entirely wrap this up, before we sign off and go, is there anything you'd like to ask me or Lem? Is there any just general advice you'd like to give people?
Um.
Don't mean to put you on the spot here, but we do ask this at the end of every interview.
We did have someone ask for our favorite food, so
Yeah, we did. That was on one.
I mean, I guess for like general advice, just follow your passion. I don't know. I don't really have any questions or anything. So
I mean, follow your passion is still good
that's
advice.
fair.
yeah.
Okay, everyone. That's going to wrap up this episode. As per usual, I'll have all of Luca's links and socials down below in the video description, as well as Lemmy's and my own. If you would like
Yep.
to continue seeing this, consider hitting that subscribe button. Keep an eye on what we do. We post videos every Monday, and we are reaching out to more and more creators to try to get new and interesting people on the show. This has been Ears and Tail. I'm Lily.
I'm Lemmy.
This is Lemmy. We hope you have a fantastic night, day, whatever it is,
Indeed.
wherever you may be from. Please be safe out there. It's a crazy world. And bye-bye.
Bye.